Hi guys, I'm going to share with you guys my process for scrapbooking this layout. This is one that I scrapped yesterday, and I'm just starting off with some silhouette cuts that I thought I might use in this layout, starting with these leaves, which I believe are a Studio Calico shape. I don't know which month's collection they came with, but I really liked them. And then those are the Studio Calico printables that came with the Summer of 60. They didn't come with the Summer of 69 kit, they were an add-on. And then that is from the previous kit, the Elmwood Park, the second um, piece of printables that I have there. So I kind of cut out the part where I was just slicing with my slicer, because y'all know what that looks like. And then that honeycomb is from the Silhouette store, and then those hexagon shapes that I cut and craft are from Studio Calico, from the Summer of 69, I believe. So I'm just putting all my Summer of 69 stuff in that silver tray with my kit, which is where I usually keep it. And then I'm now going through the class kit. I'm taking the Pop Off the Page class from Studio Calico, which I love. So far I love it. And it came with all these really neat goodies, and so I just wanted to lay them out like I do my kits so that I have a sense of what I've got to work with. And so I just put it on that saucer, and it came with some stamps and some larger things that didn't fit in the saucer, so I just put them on the side. I'm scrapbooking that school bus picture, and right now I'm looking through my Studio Calico Summer of 69 kit, trying to use it up. I did buy the extra pattern paper, so I've got way more paper than I have embellishments. So this is going to be a heavily layered layout, so I thought I'd use up some of those papers. So now I'm just going to my stash and getting some more paper. I wanted to have a piece of notebook paper for my background, and I keep notebook, wood grain, and ledger paper all together in my scrapbooking room, and so I just picked out a piece of notebook paper. That one is from Jilly Bean Soup, and now I'm going through my Studio Calico papers, mostly Take Note, but I've got a couple of other random Studio Calico papers in there too. So I picked out the alphabet because it fits with the going back to school theme, along with that notebook paper, which is, as I mentioned, Jilly Bean. So I'm just taking the strip off of that one. It's going to be my background, and not sure what I'm doing right now. I guess just gathering my thoughts and my ideas. And the rest of those papers are all Studio Calico. That one came in the kit. And yeah, so I'm just cutting some shapes. This layout is inspired by Jen Jockish's layout. That's actually the first lesson. The first layout in the first lesson was my inspiration for this one. And it's pretty much a lift of her layout. I made some changes, but not too many. So I'm just cutting apart some of those composition notebook type pieces. And yeah, I was going to use that gray circle paper that you see there as one of my background elements, but I didn't really like it. It was kind of too distracting or something. I just didn't like it. And I so wish I could have used that cloud Hambly screen print, but it just wasn't going to work with the background that I was working with. And I wanted to use it because it has rain clouds, and of course it was a rainy first day of school. So I'm still trying to work it in, but it's just not going to happen. So now I'm looking for another layer that I can use instead of that one. So I decided to go with the cloudy sky paper, which is from October Afternoon, and that is from the Studio Calico kit. And then I have those 3 strips of paper. The chevron, the orange and pink chevron, is from October Afternoon. The ABC is from Studio Calico, and the yellow piece beside it is also from Studio Calico. That piece I just punched. I used my EK Success notebook pad punch, and then I'm just kind of making it look dingy, crumpled up and stuff. That piece of paper, that little card, is from the Studio Calico Summer of 69 kit from the printables that you can purchase a set of printables for, I don't remember how much money it is, but they go along with the kits. And so I'm just putting those honeycomb shapes as one of my layers, and I kind of cut it apart so that I could use the rest of it for something else. I didn't need it going or want it to go over the whole layers. And now I'm just kind of figuring out my placement for those 3 strips that go in the background. And I just wanted to kind of keep track of where things were, so I snapped a picture with my phone. Um, and I'm just putting some pop dots behind those papers. I think someone called me there or something. So there. Pop dotting that last piece, and of course it could adhere to the other 2 pieces with just regular adhesive, so I ran adhesive down the other sides of it. And now I'm trying to figure out where I put the other pieces, and I couldn't remember what I put where, so I had to check my phone. I really wanted the label and the composition notebook paper to be showing. And then I'm just putting that journaling card piece. It's actually, I cut off a piece of a journaling card there, and with the notebook paper border on it. Now I'm picking out some clips. I was looking for one of those clips that Allison sent me, the little tiny shiny mini ones. And then I just grabbed some stuff from my Project Life box, some clouds from Cat Scrappiness, and a few Avalicious clouds. And I'm just tucking those layered composition notebook tags, or whatever they're called, together there. And I decided to do some outlining on a few elements of this layout, and that's one of them. That was a card that was left over from a kit a couple months back, and I never did get to use it, so thought I'd stick it in there. And then that is a piece of crepe paper, ruler paper. It came in a kit, probably the Storyteller kit in March, I'm guessing. Or Story Hour, I forget the name of that one. And then that's another crepe paper border sticker. Or actually, no, I think that ruler paper is Echo Park. And then the border paper, the border sticker, it's like a cork, wonky scallop. And then I'm just figuring out a place to put all of those little circles. I wanted them to be kind of popping out, but I didn't want it to look like random weird circles popping out, so I wanted to layer them along with something else. So I put a circle and a hexagon together and kind of trying to cluster some things. And I liked the look of those leaves over on the left side as opposed to the right side. And yeah. So I attached the Happy Day circle to the photo. I didn't want to cover up their legs because it was sort of part of the picture. Normally I would just make that circle layer over top of the photo, but they were wearing rain boots and a funny combination of summer clothes and rainy clothes. And I just outlined that leaf in white, and I only outlined it partially because I was sure that most of the other side of it would be covered. And so that's just my white Uniball gel roller pen. And so I'm going to fuss with that leaf thing a little bit because it's not looking as nice now as it was when I had it in there just without the adhesive. So I never did get it placed exactly the way I wanted, but I just decided to stop fussing with it. And just sticking some of those outlined I want to say chevron, but they're hexagons, and trying to, just add some layers and some interest every here and there. And I do a lot of kind of back and forth, try it here, try it there, take it out, put it back in. That's usually the way I scrapbook. I wanted to put that tag somewhere on the photo because craft seems to be my kind of a common theme in these layers, so I just wanted to make sure that I had craft elements spread throughout the layers. And so now I'm going to glue that tag down, but at the last minute I decided to put that ampersand hexagon over top, and I really love how it turned out. I'm so glad I did that. And then I wanted to do some more sewing, and I left the threads longer than I usually do. I've wanted to try that, but I always end up cutting them. I don't cut them really short, but I always cut them shorter than what I should. So I tried to leave them plenty long this time. And again, just kind of experimenting with different die cut pieces that I had kicking around from mostly from old Studio Calico kits. That's what that pink circle is. And then there's also a little chevron circle in there somewhere that's hiding. Those are banners from the Summer of '69 printables, and I just thought that that Happy Day circle needed something layered around it, and so I didn't want to put I love this there. Um, so I just layered the blue one over the green one so that you wouldn't see I love this, and it adds just one more layer. So at this point it's pretty much shaping up the way that it's going to be. I'm just doing kind of final touches here and there. I added that cloud. It was a rainy day, so I wanted to have clouds in the layers. And that's a wood grain Avalicious cloud. And I do end up outlining it because I didn't want that chevron card, which you end up not being able to see the chevrons, but I didn't want that card to be the only outlined element, so I did go back at the end and outline the other Avalicious clouds. So I'm just having a look at the layers there and trying to figure out what else I need and where I need to put it. So at this point, yeah, I'm thinking about using one of those tags and just decide, no, I don't really want to do that. But that pinked circle there just added a little something to that one, to that cluster there. So again, I can't quite decide if it's done or not. And I'm feeling like it needs something up in that top right-hand corner by that green circle that's peeking out. And so I just put the month September from, I think that's from a crepe paper border sticker sheet. And now it needed something dimensional, so I just put 3 Twinkle Goosebumps in pink, in just kind of one in each cluster. And thought about putting that clip on, but it was really just too distracting. Where I already have those 2 hexagon things, they look kind of clippy to me, so I didn't want to have too much going on. This is some oversized bubble wrap, which I love. Nobody seems to use oversized bubble wrap, but whenever we get some, I always grab it and hide it on everybody. And those are my acrylic paints that I store in that little container I got from Michael's. And I'm using a Martha Stewart paint called Yellow Jacket, and it's a satin finish, and I just do my painting in my box that I use for spraying as well. And I just felt like the layout needed something to ground it on the notebook paper. Again, I really want to use those clouds, but no, not going to work. So I just felt like it needed something, and for some reason, yellow painted oversized bubble wrap seems to be a theme for me. I've done, over the past 4 years, I think I've done probably 4 layouts using that same yellow. Well, it wasn't always that paint. I have a yellow Kaisercraft paint too that I sometimes use for that. But it seems to always be yellow that I go to whenever I pick that oversized bubble wrap. But anyways, these are Meadow Thickers, which I love and don't get a chance to use them as often as I'd like. So that blue, when I noticed that the alley and the meadow had almost the exact same color of blue, that's when I decided to use those letters. I was going to use some of the craft letters from Studio Calico that you see there. I was going to make and sew it be in craft, but I really like the look of this title better. And then I do run out of room for that last dot in the dot dot dot. And I really should have put it under the cloud. I put it over the cloud, but I think it would have looked better under. But, you know, lessons learned. And so it's really easy doing titles on notebook paper because you just follow the lines and it's even. Again, I really want to use one of those tags, but there I go with outlining the clouds. And I just felt like that chevron tag looked kind of out of place as the only thing outlined, so I brought some outlining to other places in the layout. And so here's where I do my journaling, and I actually do more journaling than I usually do. Many of my layouts don't have any journaling at all. but I really wanted to capture a few things about this day. The fact that it was raining, the fact that Emily brought that humongous um, umbrella. It's actually a patio umbrella or a beach umbrella. She had it in her car from the summer, and also that the bus was really, really, really late. And the kids were they were already excited about the first day of school, and so they were. Anyways, here's my close-ups, and yeah, so you can kind of see how all those layers kind of peek out from under each other. And yeah, so that's it. Let me know if you have any questions or anything, and thanks for watching.